We've already spent a lot of time talking about how neat carbon is for life and for biology and for chemical reactions, so much so that there's a whole field of organic chemistry devoted to studying the chemistry of molecules that involve carbon. And one of the things that carbon, or two of the things that carbon will often bond with, are itself and with hydrogens. So much so that there's an entire class of molecules that are only made up of carbons and hydrogens. And we call these, it's a very creative name, we call them hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. And you will see many, many types of pure hydrocarbons, and you'll see many other types of molecules that at least are partially hydrocarbons or are based on hydrocarbons. So it's a really interesting thing to study. Here's 3 examples of hydrocarbons. These all have the prefix eth in the beginning of them because they have a chain, their longest chain has 2 carbons. And if you want to study how to name hydrocarbons, or actually organic compounds in general, I encourage you to look at the organic chemistry section of Khan Academy, where we go into depth on it. But this is just going to just kind of dip our toe in the water, just so we get a little bit familiar. So these all have the prefix eth, which says our longest chain of carbon. We're going to have 2 carbons over here. But then we see that the ending is different. Over here, we have ethane. And it's an ane because we have a single bond over here. This over here, we have an ene. And that's because we have a double bond. We have at least one double bond in that chain, and the carbon chain is only 2 carbons over here. And it's ethyne here because we have a triple bond. The general term for a carbon chain that has no double or triple bonds is an alkane. This is a specific form of an alkane, ethane, that has 2 carbons. If the general form for carbons that have a double bond, that's an alkene. Actually, let me write these general terms down. So I could write alkane. Alkane is the general term for a chain of carbons that has no double or triple bonds, and specifically this is ethane. If I were to speak generally here, I'd say alkene. I would say alkyne right over here.